Hey there everybody, Eric from Metal Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now at Blade Show 2019, Carlos from Daily Carry Solutions, myself and Mark Irving from Extreme Edge Custom Kydex took a swing by one of the booths. And the booth that we took a look at is some beautiful products from the company Tactile Turn. Now Tactile Turn is a company from Texas, USA, who makes some beautiful pens, beautiful pencils, and some additional items that are good general EDC items. Now since Blade Show, I have been going back and forth with Will Hodges, who is the original brainchild of Tactile Turn, and we decided that it would be a great opportunity to bring these products to you up close so that you can see the quality, so that you can see the overall craftsmanship, and so that you can see a product that you may very well be interested in. Now let's be honest, everybody needs to write in some way, shape, or form. So having a good quality instrument to write in is definitely a plus. And I know for me that's something that's very important, both for my personal life, but also my professional life. So here, as I mentioned, we do have two different products. So this first product here, this is a pen in the color bronze, and this is a brand new design. So we will get this out in just a minute, but the second product here is a pencil. So this is a 0.7 millimeter mechanical pencil in copper. So the two of these for me are going to totally upgrade my EDC. Now lately I've been doing a lot of working out of this beautiful leather, pop of leather notebook cover, and to replace my existing pens with these beautiful writing instruments is going to be a joy. So today we're going to take a look at these in detail, but if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to talk about, do me a favor, stay tuned. So as I mentioned, we are going to take a look at a couple of products from Tactile Turn. So the first one we're going to look at here is a pen. Now this is a brand new model. There's a bunch of different models. Actually, when you look at their website, there are a ton of different options, but this is actually a brand new model. And at this point, I don't even necessarily know the name of the model. So I'm going to reach out to the people at Tactile Turn. I will annotate it in this video so you will see the information as I discuss it. But this pen here is in bronze. So carefully opening the box here, and inside you'll see a beautiful aluminum case. So right off the get-go, one of the things that I always talk about is packaging important. Well, kind of. I'd rather give up good packaging to have a nice product. However, when there's nice presentation, when there's nice packaging, it has to be noted, and that's just good attention to detail. So I like to see right from the very beginning nice attention to detail, and to get this really beautiful case and their logo right on there, nice aluminum case, great presentation, just shows really excellent attention to detail. Now opening this up, here you'll see the pen. So a little bit of sort of foam inside to help protect it. So again, just doing the job with the case to make sure the product is good and well protected. And speaking of protection, the other thing that I would like to notice here is that this is completely wrapped. So nicely vacuum sealed with a little silica gel in there, and that's just to show that they pay attention. Don't forget, these metals do have the ability to patina. So if they were not protected in the case, then they would have the ability to potentially patina on their own. But a good writing utensil, in my opinion, is something that I want to get my own patina, my own fingerprints, my own use and wear on it. So the fact that it comes completely protected is definitely nice. So as I get into this here, just being very careful to open this. Actually, I didn't even need the knife now that I look at it. It actually had a little thing on the side to allow me to rip it open, but at this point, taking out the pen, sliding out that little silica gel, and wow, that's beautiful. So again, this pen here, as I mentioned, is in bronze. And so talking to Will, he had said that they had not done pens in bronze in quite a long time, and they're coming back around, and this is absolutely beautiful. And the first thing I can tell you is when you feel this, it has a beautiful weight to it. Substantial weight, feels nice, excellent in the hand, has this beautifully machined finish, and just gives you a good overall grip on the instrument. Now as I look closely, it is multiple different colors. So you have the main body, which is bronze, I believe almost like a stone-washed looking stainless on this clip. And then on the bolt action, I believe that is Damascus. So again, another detail I'm going to have clarified, but I believe that is Damascus. So very cool. Now on the tip of the pen, just a little bit of wax to prevent ink from coming out. But this is just gorgeous. What a beautiful piece. Very uniform from the tail of the pen all the way down to the tip. Really smooth and beautifully done. I cannot get over the quality feeling of the weight. Just feels very nice in the hands. Now we'll come back to the pen in just a minute, but now I would like to get a real quick first look at this pencil. So again, opening this carefully, very similar in terms of the presentation. So again, the box with the aluminum case on the inside. Opening this up, thin little piece of foam to protect it. And here you will see, actually, let's see, that looks like erasers, some leads, 0.7, and the pencil, which here, wow. So this is in copper. That's beautiful. Now, just noting that this was not wrapped like the pen was, but the copper, I do not see any patina on it at all. So, very interesting. Now, I'm curious how this actually works. Oh, cool. So you just push that down, and it extends the lead. I've never seen a mechanism quite like that. That's very cool. And so it looks like you have the ability to pop your erasers in on the top. And this, again, just like the pen, very substantial. This has a good quality weight to it. So now comparing the pencil to the pen, you'll notice that the pencil is actually shorter than the pen, but I'd say actually weighs a little bit more. But both of these beautifully crafted, absolutely wonderfully done. I'm extremely excited for a couple of things. First, just to use them and enjoy them. But second, to watch them patina over time. So today you're getting a good, clean first look at these. And then in the future, we'll come back and revisit these once they've got a chance to get a little bit of patina on them. You know, as I mentioned, my intention is to keep these as part of my writing kit. So here, just making sure the lead's in. These will sit right nice inside my notebook here. So here I have a perfect setup with a nice beautiful pen and my pencil. Now I do use a pencil quite a bit more than a pen. The pen will get good use for signing documents, official things, and things like that. But most of the time in my actual notebook, I actually typically use pencil for different lists and things like that. But like for example, as I keep track of different lists and things that I'm working on, a lot of times I will use pencil just to change things, erase or cross out or whatever I need to do. And then like for example, on my upcoming videos, what's that? Tactile Turn? So I do have some additional information. I have gone back and forth a little bit with Will from Tactile Turn. So as you look at this bolt here, this is a Damascus bolt. So fine little detail, just very interesting, very nicely done. And it just adds a little bit of touch, a little bit of character in that high-end touch that you get when you have attention to detail like this. Taking a look at just how nicely shaped this is. Now this, again, is the bolt action slider. This was originally called the glider. So that's kind of where I was a little bit confused. So as we take a look here, you'll see this was called the glider, but this is now called the bolt action. So again, just a beautifully well done, nice piece, very well done with multiple materials, giving it a little look, a little feel, and a little bit of pop. Now showing you the overall mechanics on the bolt action here. Here you see, it's very smooth, just works effortlessly, and is really quick. And you'll notice too that it's really a spring action drawing it back. So you kind of push it down into place, and then just has that little bit of spring action there. Now as I draw this down, kind of just pushes that mechanism right into place without any effort. Now I'm curious about the refills. So let's get into this and see how we unthread this. Now this is obviously all one piece with no threads. Okay, this is quite impressive. I actually need to take a step back for a second. I just said this was all one piece, but if you look here in the front, that is actually where you unthread it. That was almost impossible to see. So just such incredibly tight tolerances. That was amazing. So here we go. So here we have the tip of the pen. Be careful not to lose that spring. And then inside that refill. So a nice large refill. Again, this is the Pilot G2 refill in the color black. And then taking a look here, you'll see the barrel. Real clean, nicely done. I don't know if you can see in there. I gotta tilt the camera. Hang tight. See if I can give you the details right down inside there. Hard to see, but just so clean. Perfect machining. Not a single drop of ink. Just nicely done. So a little hard for you to see. There you go. Light that thing right up. Sweet. Now as you look here, just fine details, but a tiny little O-ring gasket. So make sure that pops back into place. And again, equally precise machining. So when you look at the threads here, very nice. Everything is chamfered very well. Nice fine threads, but not too fine where you're going to damage them. So somewhere between a coarse thread and a fine thread there. But really nice, just no burrs, no little bits of metal out of place. And of course, when you look at how this all fits up, it is just super precise. So now, if you look at the bolt action, it's completely loose. So that's because the spring in there is helping to keep this all tight and do some of the work. That's actually a fairly simple mechanism. It's kind of cool how that works. Never really thought about it before. So you're not really going to be able to see it, but the way it works is basically on the inside there's a collar that's attached. In fact, you're actually seeing a piece of the collar there. And it's all you're doing is you're pushing that collar down, and it's pushing against this spring. And when it gets past this little choke point here, the low point, the spring pushes it back up into place. And when it goes back up into place, the refill can't recess itself quite as far back, so the tip sticks out. But then in the opposite direction, when you go this way, again you push against the spring, and the spring pushes it back up, and that ends the travel, and that's what recesses the ink inside the tip of the pen. So fairly basic in mechanics, but pretty ingenious actually at the same time. So definitely cool. I never really looked at that in any sort of detail, but now that I see it, I'm pretty impressed. So now just being careful on reassembly. I want to make sure I put this back absolutely perfect. And you'll see there's your spring. So that's what's giving you that little bolt action. Get the gasket back in place. I'm going to push this all together carefully and make sure I get these threads perfectly aligned. I do not want to cross thread this, and I can tell you the split second I go to put this on, these threads mate up flawlessly. And that's just a testament to the quality of the machining, the precision, that chamfered edge on those threads, and good clean threads allows for proper mating when you put these together, and that's exactly what you get. So now you can see as I start to fit this together that little bit of a gap. Now I'm just going to snug that up and we'll take a look at it in greater detail. And so now, there you go. I mean, it almost completely disappears. You can see right there on my finger, right in front of my thumb, just the faintest line. And you need to be like really searching for that to find it. What a gorgeous job. I mean, the machining on this is just absolutely spectacular. Beautifully done. And taking a look at the pencil in just a little more detail here too. So here's your mechanism. So similar to the bolt action on the pen, only in this case you end up with that silver stainless mechanism. So smooth click action, just drawing the lead in and out. Now looking at the tip here, again, very precise. Looks similar to the pen, only that allows the lead to protrude out the end. Very smooth, even construction. Beautifully done from one end to the other. Yeah, and so I thought the pen blew me away. Check this out. What? Dude, seriously, like, look how clean that is. No indication whatsoever that there's a seam right there. Look at that. Now pulling this out carefully, because I don't know what I'm in for. You'll see that mechanism. I don't know if I really want to pull that out. I'm just going to leave that in place. But then the same idea, looking down there, just gun barrel perfect. Beautifully done on the threads. Just looking at it here. No burrs, perfectly smooth. And then looking at this side, again, gasketed. So that's key. I can't believe how well that gasket just kind of disappears and sucks in. But that's what's giving you that good tight fit. Like when you look there, just a good tight quality fit that won't open up. So I think that's kind of the key. So unbelievable. Again, just beautifully done. So now looking here, the actual mechanism, as you back this out, threads beautifully into place. So again, just another testament to the wonderful machining, taking into consideration all the details, the proper fit for this mechanical mechanism, and the idea that when that threads perfectly into place, you have the exact amount of the tip that you need. So again, just all the little details coming together, all the measurements, the fit, the finish, the quality, the choice of the refills. So this mechanism here, as you can see, kind of stand alone, but when you get this fit together, the whole thing goes together to make a perfect package. So similar to the bolt action pen, you'll notice that with the pencil, this does actually rely on the spring from this insert to be doing the work. So it is really the spring inside of this mechanism that's doing the job. But as you look here, again, just that little collar on the inside with that bolt attached, and that's pretty much what's doing the work here. So again, rather simple in terms of the overall design. Let's see how this goes back together. As I slide this in, being careful not to cross thread, no worries at all. And then that seam just completely disappears. Wild. What a nice job. And so what if we want to get into the erasers? This is actually, okay, cool little case. I like that. Hoping these are fairly standard, so they probably are, but just pop one out here. There we go. And then simply outfitting that to the back of the pencil. Perfect snug fit. Awesome. And I like that it's black. That's cool. I hope it erases well. Actually, there's only one way to find out. And I would say this is a fairly good working eraser. It's not the best, but it definitely does the job and does it fairly well. Now, the more and more I look, the more and more detail I see. Now this is going to be very difficult, but if you look on the inside of the clip, this is on the pencil, you'll see it says Tactile Turn 2019. And as I dim the light down just a little bit more, a little bit easier for you to see. So again, on the inside of the clip, so subtle, but that is just a testament to the overall detail that Tactile Turn goes in when they go through their products here. Look at that. Very subtle, but it's there. And again, also with the pen. So as you can see there, 2019. And the bolt gets a little bit in the way, but as you look, it also says Tactile Turn 2019. So that makes me think that each one of these has the date stamped on the inside. So if you have one of these pens and you're not sure when it's from, take a quick look. I bet you find it on the inside of the clip. So I'm really impressed and super happy to get these into action. So at this point, let's test them out. So getting myself a good clean page here. If you look at the mechanism, basically to extend the lead, you just click down. So that's cool. And it doesn't take much. So really, a couple little clicks and it's ready to go. Definitely smooth, feels great, didn't bust the lead. That's something that I am notorious for. No matter what, I will bust a lead, and so far, so good. So I do like a 0.7 personally. I like it to be a little bit fatter, a little bit beefier, and for me, it's just a good quality overall writing utensil. So to have this gorgeous copper pencil from Tactile Turn, I am totally psyched. So at this point, let's get this thing into permanent action. And then the next time you see it, we're going to have some good quality patina on here. And now for the bolt action pen in bronze. Just picking off that little bit of wax there. Super smooth. Again, feels great in the hand. I like the weight. This is very, very smooth. So this particular pen, using the Pilot G2 refill, gives you the ability to get a number of different refills and continue to keep this in service. Different colors ink if you prefer. For me, black is definitely the way to go with a pen. So generally speaking, I am quite impressed. I have to say, these are a couple of beautiful writing utensils and a beautiful job. Thank you very much, and a job very well done by Tactile Turn. So again, I'd like to say thank you very much to Will Hodges at Tactile Turn and all the people there. It was great to have the time at Blade Show 2019. I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. And I think it's really cool that you were the pen company at a Blade Show, but with the caveat being you did have your own knife. So that was definitely really cool. I think these are beautiful products. I'm actually really interested to see how things go with their knife production. I think it's a great idea, a perfect EDC companion to these other utensils, and gives you something to completely round out your kit. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now.